So hello everybody. So today we'll doing an inbox review of this Maultier with shelter. It's a German Halftrack from World War II. This is an ambulance. It's from ICM in 135 scale, and I'd say these newer ICM kits are really good. We'll take a look and see how this one is, because so far I've had some pretty good experiences with ICM. Nice box art. Here's some info on it. So the main part of the German Wehrmacht during World War II had 3-ton cargo trucks. One of the most numerous of them was the V3000 which was produced since 1941 in German Ford plants in Cologne. This truck was equipped with a V8 engine, had rear drive only. They were widely used in all arms of service up to the end of the war everywhere. So this has 290 parts. Here we have a little more art of how it looks, about how it looks when it's finished. Don't know if mine will look like that. I'm not sure if I'll do a beige or a gray. Let me take a look when I build it eventually. So here we have a little information. 2-ton, empty weight, 5860 kilograms and everything. Range 200 kilometers, which isn't really a big range, I don't think. Color chart. We have callouts from Model Master paint, no others, which I like Model Master, so that's okay. Looks like there's about 6 sprues of plastic. This will be clear. So here we're starting. We have looks like a full engine to build here. A nice looking undercarriage. The frame, and all the Now, I did have a problem when I built my Hemet. It was a Telluride kit, and the frame was these frame pieces were crooked. They were warped. It was hard to get them straight. I don't even think I got them all. I got it together, but I don't know if they're straight. So here we have more from the undercarriage. This looks like all the drive shafts or something, I think. Goes from the front. Well, I think it's the driving for the tracks in the back. It looks like it's a lot of detail parts that goes onto it too here. So here we're putting on the bogies and the track. And here we got the radiator, putting the engine in, the front springs and the front axle with the wheels. Here we have a bumper, some kind of line, and the exhaust, tow panel on the back, and the shackles. And here we're starting to build the cab. Clear part, I believe. Or no, that's the back of the seat. Here's the back window. So here's the back of the cab, the top of the cab. Some details here with the hood. So here we have some instruction for the gauges. The front part, the firewall, sides of the front, and the grill. Just building the inside of the cab together here with the bottom of the seat, steering wheel and shifters and everything, the pedals, and putting it all together. And here with the doors and fenders and detail parts, some tools and lights, windshield wipers, fuel can. Side view mirrors. And then we're starting to build the back here. bottom with the supports, back doors, this top piece here. Put the cab on, put the back on, and here we have the drive shaft and the tracks, this rear suspension. We have a staircase here in the back. You can either go up or down. Here's how you build it together. Here's a tire rack for the top of the cab. And here we have our paint instructions. This would be our beige one, and this is a gray one, I think. Yep. No? They're both beige, but it has a call out for the Schwarzgrau, which is the Panzer Dunkelgelb, dark Panzer Gray. So I don't know. I think it would look good in gray too, but I don't know. I'll have to look. This is Germany, winter 1945, and this is Poland, autumn 1944. And here is our small decal sheet. It has gauges on it. It has gauges on it. It has crosses and some information panel, it looks like, and the license plates for 2 vehicles. And this is for the tires, the amount of air that goes on the tires. It's the little ones here. So just a small decal sheet. They look pretty thin, I think. Not so thin, and there's already these little chips taken out of it here and here. So it's going to need a little touch up once they're on. So here we have, take a look at our plastic now. Here we have two sprues of clear. Back windows here, front windows here. They're kind of thick, but really clear. So they're okay. So here we have a lot of parts for the front, the fenders, back, floorboard it looks like, hood, whoops, the doors. It all has some good texture to it. The grill is an open grill, that's nice. Here under the fenders are pin marks. On the top of the caps, pin marks. The doors, pin marks, but there may be a panel that goes here. It's going to have to be cleaned up regardless, because here's the flash of these pin marks. These are sunken pin marks, and these are sticking out pretty well. So if there is a panel that goes on it, which I'm pretty sure there is, yeah, these two here. That's a panel for the doors. But it's going to have to be cleaned up. Those pieces are going to have to be shaved off so it fits good. Lots of pin marks everywhere here on the top of the caps, no, the back of the caps, some pin marks. And I think you might just have to do these two. These are going to be hidden. So a lot of big pin marks here. But it does have texture to it. And it has some nice engraved detail. I mean, where it's supposed to be, like here, these are raised detail, but it's supposed to be raised because it's these metal, so you don't slip, non-slip surface. So here's some good texture. This is not really textured, but I don't know. It should be continued here, like it is here, really. This is more smooth than this here. The top of the cab isn't like that. doors are also nice. Oh, yeah, which tree is that? That's tree B. Tree B. Or sprue B. However you want. Here is sprue A. You see a lot of the, we have the engine. We have some detail parts for the cab and stuff, or for the outside, as well as the pintle, the toe pinels, the tow hook. We have exhaust, it looks like. The radiator. Axle. Some nice detail on these parts. Of course, I've seen better engines on cars, but cars are, you know, bigger scale, so it goes smaller, it's going to be a little bit less detailed, I think. But it still looks nice. It has some good stuff on it here. And then here, the heads look really nice, too. Here's the dashboard. I'm going to be covering that with the decal here in the middle. But you see there's some raised detail here that might get in the way of the decal. But really nice quality molding here. And tools look nice too. There's a shovel here. Here's our the light with it has a cover for it, so if you want to do, you know, it's the tactical light. So here we have the frame pieces here on the sides too. They look good. The way they're molded on here, it may not be such a problem. They're not quite as long as like that for a Himmet or something, so it might not be warped, or at least not warped so much. So here we have sprue F. This is for the back. This, that is also for the back. That's the front part of it. Here we have some springs. The springs are okay. I think the molding could be a little bit better, because you don't really see the separation between the different plates here so good, like you would on a real one. These are for the back windows here. The tires look good. There's a little flash in here. There's a little flash in here, but that's not so bad. The back of the wheels, okay, pretty normal. The tire rack piece here. I think it should be wood, but there's some bad pin marks here. That's gonna have to be fixed. And there should be wood. There's no texture. There's no wood texture to it, so that's not very nice. I think they're wood. I'm not really sure, but I would think they would be. They usually make those out of. They usually make stuff like that out of wood, but it could be metal too, I guess. I'm not really sure. I've never seen one for real. It'd be nice to see, like, I've been to a couple museums, and they have a lot of stuff here actually in Germany. I don't know which sprue this is. Doesn't say, but you see what it is. This is well, we have the exhaust, we have the framing for the rear suspension, our rear drive train. Now some springs, bogies, parts, the track here. You see we have a lot of separate pieces, which actually look pretty good, I think. There are a lot of separate pieces here that actually look pretty good. But then you have these long runs, and sometimes they don't fit together exactly great. But it looks good. It's a really good looking track. It's really good, really nice detail on the track. the exhaust is really too small to be hollow. Here, the U-joints on the drive shaft look really good too. Here are the road wheels and sprockets. Well, you have a lot of pin marks in these. But the sprockets on this side look good. Here looks good. This side of the sprocket looks good as well. And this side of the road wheels look good. But I don't see any bolts or anything around the outside. The drive shaft looks good though. So here we have the last sprue. This is sprue C. This is mostly back the pieces for the shelter. You have the top here, the bottom here. The front was on the other tree though. And here's the two sides. The doors for the back. Some details here. See, the molding looks good. Some nice detail in here. See here as well as here. The hinges look really nice here on this on the doors. And here we have the doors too. And you see there's going to be a handle that goes in there. And these are pieces for the stairs in the back. And these should be the stairs here, I think. Stairs probably should also be wood. Maybe. They don't look wood though. They look like maybe metal. I'm not really sure. At least it doesn't have wood grain in it. Here we have a lot of pin marks. This long piece, here has two here. Inside of the doors as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Here's some deep pin marks here. Here. Everywhere pin marks for the inside. So I don't know if you would want to leave the back open, you would have to scratch build the whole thing. There's no interior for the back. There's a nice interior for the cab, I think, but the back is nothing. So you either leave it closed or you have to scratch build everything in there. And I really don't know how it would look like. I think it would probably be some shelves. Well, not shelves, but things on the walls for stretchers. Probably 2 on each side, I would think. Maybe be a cabinet or something like that to keep medicine and stuff in. That's what I would think, at least. So, I think this kit looks good. There are some problems, a lot of pin marks. Some detail is not fleshed out all that well, like on the shocks. On the springs, the leaf springs. There's no interior in the back, which is kind of dumb. I wish there was a little interior in the back. The cab looks good. The engine looks good. So I'm saying it's worth building. It's a nice kit actually. It's just unfortunate that there's nothing in the back. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And next time we'll be taking a look at this Potez 630 French Heavy Fighter. It's from a company called Azor, which I'm not so familiar with. I've heard of them before, but I don't have any kits from them yet, except for this one. And this is, of course, in 1/48 scale, like all my aircraft. So until then, bye.